Okay, so today we're going to talk about doing dry statics. Now, dry statics are something that you can practice at home. They're safe to practice at home, um, and it offers the advantage you don't have to go to the pool. You don't need to find a buddy to have somebody watching you to do your safety, etc. You're not going to drown. So dry statics are really convenient, but they're also quite difficult. Some guys have trouble getting over 2 minutes. They just feel like they're out of air. And the truth is that dry statics are more difficult than wet statics because of the lack of a dive reflex. Remember, when our face touches the water, especially cold water, and we dive deeper and pressure and things like this, we get a dive reflex, which helps us to conserve oxygen. And with dry statics, it's very difficult to get a strong dive reflex or any dive reflex. So we feel like we're out of air sooner. But I'm going to try to teach you this method today to try and help you to do a longer, more comfortable dry static. All right, let's get started. Okay, so this is my own method that I've developed by myself. You're not going to learn about it anywhere else. It's purely advice from me. Take it or leave it. Okay? The first thing you want to do is go and find yourself a song on the internet. Go look on YouTube, song from your collection. Find a really relaxing song that you enjoy listening to and that really relaxes you. A couple of songs that I listen to, I'll put in the description below. But go and get your own song. Okay. Then once you've got a song, go and find yourself a stopwatch of some sort, an online timer. You can Google online stopwatch or something. You can just easily click start with your mouse and stop with your mouse. You don't have to fiddle with your watch, or maybe one on your smartphone. Okay, once you got your song, you got your timer, do your breathe up. Okay, I've got a video on the breathe up, so I don't want to talk about it too much, but remember, you breathe in for however long you breathe in, you breathe out for double that time. So if you breathe in for 3 seconds, you breathe out for 6 seconds. And remember, we always breathe with our stomach. Do your breathe up for 2 minutes, at least. And then when you're ready to take your last breath, all your air out, empty lungs, and take your last big breath. Fill your lungs to about 95 to 99% of their total, the maximum fullness. Don't go to take a huge breath. That'll make you feel very uncomfortable. But take as big as you can without feeling too uncomfortable. Okay, and now start your song and start your timer. Okay, so you're holding your breath now, so just relax, listen to the music, and imagine that you're diving down deeper in a really beautiful underwater scene and that you're completely at peace. Almost go to sleep even, and just subconsciously think about your dive and the music. If you are completely relaxed, there's no reason why you cannot hold until 2 minutes at least. On your way to 2 minutes, depending on how good you are at holding your breath, how used to it you are, you're going to feel something called a contraction. For me, it happens at around maybe 1 minute 10 seconds, 1 minute 20 seconds. And a contraction is when you just feel your body just go, you feel your diaphragm just give you a little kick. When you get the contraction, this is your body telling you you need to breathe. When you get the contraction, what I like to do is I just drop my chin down when it comes, because when you're diving deep and you get contractions, you don't want to be like this. It's very uncomfortable to go through a contraction with your neck strained upwards. So just for habit, when you go through a contraction, just chin down. It makes it a lot more comfortable, and relax through the contractions. And you should make it to 2 minutes. Okay, once you are at 2 minutes, it might start feeling more uncomfortable. Now, focus on, like I said, relax through your contractions and just listen to the song again and imagine your dive. Imagine that you're comfortable in your dive, and listen to the song and try to focus on the parts of the song that you know, and focus on this instead of the discomfort you're feeling, and try to do this between 2 and 3 minutes. Just think about the song. Okay, now for 3 minutes, on your 3-minute mark, I can imagine you're starting to feel much more uncomfortable. More of these contractions you would have had. Remember, keep your chin down whenever you go through them. Just relax. In the last minute of your dive, your song that you've chosen should also start heading towards the end. Imagine that this is the end of your dive and that you're slowly coming up after your dive. Remember, you know that the song is going to end, and you know when it's going to end, so relax. You know when the breath hold's gonna end, and just try to make it through there. Imagine that everything's going to be okay. You're heading to the surface, and then as the song ends, breathe everything out and take 3 recovery breaths. Recovery breath is when we breathe in, we take a big breath, we hold for 1 second or a little bit more, we breathe out. We breathe in, we hold for 1 second, we breathe out. This is recovery breathing. And then you should be okay. I want you to repeat this process at least 3 times, because in the beginning of the video I talked about dive reflex and that you don't have it. Well, holding your breath helps you kick in your dive reflex, but the first time you hold your breath, you almost don't have any dive reflex. So it might take 1 or 2 breath holds before your dive reflex kicks in and you're able to do a longer breath hold. So I recommend trying this 3 times in a row. If you fail on the first time, don't worry too much. On the second time, try to go longer, and on your third time, go for your max. Good luck. If you get to 4 minutes, please write me a comment below or just tell me your improvement, and let me know if it works for you. All right, thanks. Cheers.